Racing, Pixie Dust gets out in line with him and drives to the lead here. Cherie came out okay too, so did Davy Boy Scott, and to the bank around the outside, gets badly checked, and so does Davy Boy Scott. They'll be followed, getting closer to them would have been Hide the Socks back and behind these runners to Infernal Majesty, so unbelievable. Well back in the race to cut steep, up comes Pixie Dust and bolts in. Second, Hide the Socks just from Cherie. Infernal Majesty fourth, then So Unbelievable. To the bank, who was unlucky, cut steep, and Davy Boy Scott goes in the unlucky basket as well. Oh, she stepped on terms with him, and it was game over. Pixie Dust, what'd she run here? 17.87, so it's a tidy performance. Run home here of 10.88. And from the lids, pretty much race over here, because she jumped with him, drove quickly to the lead. Cherie gets out okay. Now the 6 and the 8 badly in trouble there. The head-on shot will tell us more. Hide the Socks got past the trouble with Infernal Majesty. So unbelievable, but they really were chasing a shadow here with the Pixie Dust so far clear. And then it was pretty tight between the Kettlemates, second and third, but Hide the Socks, the outside, gets that over Cherie. Racing, Buzzy has a fair break. Good Time Alana gets out fast, and so does Homebush Dobby. They'll be followed through by Sniff of Brandy. Up between runners here, Maxwell Sprite goes forward at a hurry and finds the rail too. They'll be followed back in this pack. Then we've got Princess Novak back last. Homebush Celia just ahead of that. Up they come. Driving to the leaders, Homebush Dobby. Maxwell Sprite tries hard. Homebush Dobby, Maxwell Sprite. Then Good Time Alana. Followed across then by Sniff of Brandy, Buzzy as. Back behind those runners then, we would have had Homebush Celia. Princely Count, I could not see at all for that rail. It had to be something. I just didn't have time to work out what it was. And Princess Novak back last. Just couldn't see Princely Count. I knew there was a dog on the outside of Buzzy Ayres, but couldn't pick out what it was. And in a sprint, you just don't get a second crack, really. He was slow out, Princely Count. I think it was him. Anyway, Homebush Dobby got to the lead there. Supporters Club down in front of us for Nitro Mary 2. Here comes the bunny set. Racing. Nitro Mary stepped okay and starts to head towards the lead here. Wairiri Mike out quite nicely as well. Then Working Poppy, they're cheering already. Mighty Baba gets to fourth. They'll be followed through by Megs Me Mum. What that does a long way from them. So too here was Elamaine Jude, and last of all is Little Prophet. I've never heard excitement like it for a maiden here. And down the back goes Nitro Mary by about 8 or 9 lengths here. Giving chases Working Poppy. They'll be followed back and behind these runners by What That Does, who's starting to charge. Megs Me Mum's back and behind them. They've distanced the others. Nitro Mary's taking light footsteps. What That Does comes fast. But Nitro Mary wins from What That Does. Megs Me Mum got to third. Ahead there of Working Poppy, who was game further back then. We had Elamaine Jude back behind those runners then to Little Prophet, Mighty Baba, and Wairiri Mike dropped out to last. Excitement on a Wednesday afternoon for Nitro Mary. What she clocked here, 31.03, so overall time's been moderate. I'd say the opening pretty good though, 12.13 has been the run home. What That Does was starting to close. Never looked seriously like getting past this leader. He's gone a good race first up here, What That Does, and he's had to come from a good way from them. Megs Me Mum's got up for third. Racing, Mighty Magic comes out pretty well. Homebush Dodger was slow the inside, driving forward over on the outside to Homebush Pippi to share up the lead with his favourite. Serve Your Purpose round the outside with big strides. Homebush Dodger's got to fourth, then Some Jeans. Found My Berries as well back, and so too Toxic Revenge and Good Time Helen around the corner. Mighty Magic in front, trying hard. Serve Your Purpose. Mighty Magic, Serve Your Purpose. Homebush Dodger got up for third ahead of Homebush Pippi, who died on a run again. Then we had Some Jeans further back in the race then to Found My Berries alongside of Toxic Revenge. And Good Time Helen, if I didn't call her. Mighty Magic takes out a race 4. Homebush Pippi showed good speed to share it up early. Good Time Helen was there early. She got a bad check there. Serve Your Purpose charged up and around the outside 3 wide, but it was trapped wide. And Homebush Dodger, after a slow beginning, drove through along the fence to end up running third. Racing, Black Magic Rock was slow, heads to the rail. Blazers Corporal out pretty well. Skeleton Witch shoots around the outside, goes to the lead. Fortis Memories has fallen. Skeleton Witch is away from for the prize. Homebush Fine got to second, then got badly checked. Getting past that then was Blazers Corporal. They'll be followed back in the piece by Thrilling Indie, Homebush Fine. Further back, Black Magic Rock. Skeleton Witch is in easily again from Blazers Corporal and Vinnie Baxter. Further back, Homebush Titan got through to fourth, is followed across by Black Magic Rock. He blew it at the start. Homebush Fine was unlucky. Further back in the race to Thrilling Indie and the fall of Fortis Memory. She's okay. She picked herself up and she'll join them at the bunny. What she clocked today, Skeleton Witch, 17.93, so she hasn't had to go as fast as last week. She's bolted around the outside and gee, things got pretty compact in there and Fortis Memories went down. Black Magic Rock blew his chance at the start. Lined and already hot favourite off the one. Round comes the bunny, they're about set to break. And racing, Opawa Jackie gets out quite nicely. Homebush Bounce missed it a stride to stay. We've got Working Midnight going forward. Deposit, Ted and Wall Age all in that charge at the first bend. They've left the gap for Opawa Jackie to stride through and lead though. Getting into the race now was Homebush Bounce, through along the inside and trying to follow it through was Mighty Baxter. Opawa Halley starts to run on strongly. Wall Age has been shuffled, Thrilling over the same and Working Midnight checked right back to last. Opawa Jackie still in front by 3. Giving chase here was Homebush Bounce, is trying very hard. Opawa Halley's rattling through along the inside, then Wall Age. Down comes Opawa Jackie, scores again. Homebush Bounce held second. That was a good run after an ordinary beginning. Then Opawa Halley followed across by Wall Age. Back and behind them, then we would have had Thrilling Ava was well back. Mighty Baxter too. Deposit Ted back in the piece as well. With Working Midnight who got checked around the first bend. Bet landed here with Opawa Jackie off the inside. She was away okay, but first bend they left plenty of room for her to drive through and she accepted that. Bunny on the run, round it comes. Let's see how Allegro Touch jumps today. Set. And racing, Allegro Touch was a stride slow, starts to move up and around the outside. Miss Raz showed good early speed with Sunday Driver. Allegro Touch up to join them, quickly pushing through the inside to Homebush Flight. They'll be followed back in the race. Then we've got Do More. Otto Baxter slipping back through the field as they swing the corner. So too Cyclone Lucy and working up they come. Allegro Touch gets past Sunday Driver and scores. Third to go by there would have been Homebush Flight. And they'd be followed in by Miss Raz. Behind those runners then to Do More and Cyclone Lucy back towards the tail of the field with Otto Baxter well back and so too Working. Now the favourite salutes Allegro Touch. Did not begin well, was helped by Otto Baxter being very slow and Miss Raz coming across the face of the field. The head-on will show us that. From the leap was poorly away, but Otto Baxter wasn't there either, and Miss Raz had come across on Sunday Driver, so things were set up here for Allegro Touch to get up and around the outside. Homebush Flight pushing into third ahead then of Miss Raz, the others in another division headed by Do More. Racing, Opawa Cuddles, Opawa Lachlan, they're out fairly. Taikaria Lass gets out quite well with Buster Boy out wider on the track to Homebush Gingers pushing forward. War Boys round that first bend in midfield and then goes a bit wide and checks off the heels there of a Tonga Air. And getting well back now, Taikaria Lass has been shuffled and Boston Mona is last. Down the back goes Opawa Lachlan from Opawa Cuddles. Through on the inside to Buster Boy. Outside of that then was Homebush Ginger. Trying to run on from the back here is a Tonga Air. War Boys is a long way from them. On the corner, Opawa Cuddles comes under Opawa Lachlan. Opawa Cuddles, Opawa Lachlan. Tight third, maybe Buster Boy from Homebush Ginger. Is followed through then by Boston Motor, who found the line quite well. Back in behind those greyhounds then we would have had a Tonga Air, War Boys and back towards the tail of the field. Who did we miss? Taikaria Lass after that early check. Opawa Cuddles, Steve Marr. Too strong in the straight for the other Opawa. Opawa Lachlan for Nathan Udy. And then tight third, Buster Boy, maybe on the inside of Homebush Ginger. Lined and ready, the green light's on. Here comes the bunny. We're about set to run in race 9. First leg, second quaddie set. Racing, Serena Rose a fair break. Where's Rakan? Gets out quite nicely. Another Fantasy pushes through on the inside. Dipsy Lala's going forward. Fair Marina's found the inside. Serena Rose, the favourite's been shuffled back to last. Bad check here for Miss Sarah up the top as well. In the midfield now we've got Manu Rama as they swing the corner. It's another Fantasy in front. Fair Marina's trying hard. Further back to Dipsy Lala. Another Fantasy, Fair Marina, Dipsy Lala. Then we had Manu Rama. Where's Rakan was next. Then Serena Rose. And good gaps back the others. Miss Sarah, who was in early trouble, and Homebush Olives come home a long last. Another Fantasy, second win today for John McInerney. Win here for Lloyd and Laurel Clark. Congratulations to you. 1781 using box 1 to good effect here. Run home 1076. Off the boxes pretty well with Where's Rakan and Dipsy Lala. Now Serena Rose again. She's hopped out okay, and then when she's tried to come across them, she's checked off a couple. Gee, Miss Sarah got badly checked there, and well, Homebush Olive ended up going down with Serena Rose there back in the field. So we'll watch him step. Here comes the bunny with set. Racing, Bronx's Warrior out fairly well. Opawa Dosh beat it out quite convincingly. Indefinite Order out wider, and she's a humdinger closer in. They'd be followed then as the favourite takes up the lead round that first bend by Homebush Spook back in 5th spot, is followed through then by Zalia, Botany Cell and Alamein Blonde. Bronx's Warrior puts a hold on them here, 5 or 6 lengths in front. Good battle the Miners. She's a humdinger just getting rounded up there by Opawa Dosh. Kicks to a clear second from She's a Humdinger. Indefinite Order on retreat around the outside here. We've got Homebush Spook and Alamein Blonde. Up they come. In easily Bronx's Warrior. Opawa Dosh was a game second, and third to go by then was She's a Humdinger. Very good lineup in behind then. We had Homebush Spook there. Out wider on the track was Zalia. We had Botany Cell even wider and closer into Alamein Blonde. All in a heap there for the Miners, and Indefinite Order dropped out. So another big bet landed today with Bronx's Warrior. He'd done enough at the end of 520 metres, but he'd done the job mid-race. 30.68 was the overall time. Opawa Dosh second, continuing a pretty solid day for Nathan Udy. Round comes the bunny, set to break race 11, nearly there. Racing, Scott No Mates, wee bit slow today. Fortis Line goes well early, and so too does Working Pizzazz, and another Hunter's pushing through on the inside. In between runners there, we've got Gold Star Genie, and they'd be followed back along the inside there is Dogged Dennis, getting well back in the race as they run the corner. Here is Popper Conquest, up they come. Scott No Mates, Fortis Line over the top of Scott No Mates. In for third was Dogged Dennis, not a bad effort, followed across then by another Hunter. Back and behind them we had Popper Conquest. Prancing Bee was well back, and a couple scrapping out the back there. And among them was Working Pizzazz and Gold Star Genie. Fortis Lion wins in a 17.83. Nice gallop. Took a while to get past Scott No Mates. 10.87 was the run home. Racing, Corborn Bow comes out well, so does Azure Dreams, cutting across its face. Then Waldo Baxter pushing forward, so too is Tongariro, and Runs for Gas. Running hard the rail here would have been Working Jewel. Cosmic Choice is trapped out wide. Sam's Fla Norm's well back there with Waldo Baxter, who's been shuffled. Up to the corner comes Azure Dreams. Tongariro down the outside, driving hard the inside, Corborn Bow. Tongariro is in from Azure Dreams, and the Clarks Quadella it. Through on the inside, then we had Corborn Bow, and they'd be followed then beside that by Working Jewel, Cosmic Choice. Back with that was Runs for Gas, Sam's Flan, Norman, Waldo Baxter. Graham and Jen Clark. Quinella the last. Tongariro gets over the top of Azure Dreams. Tongariro's by Thrilling Louis out of Azure Osti, and Azure Dreams out of an earlier litter of Azure Ostis by Dreams of Vision.